So first we start with the various component of Java architecture. Okay, so what are the architectures are present? One is Java programming language and class file, JVM, and next is Java application programming interface. Okay, so first of all, in Java programming language and class file, it's saying that Java program are saved with the extension of .java file. Okay, so when you save the Java file, we have to use the extension of .java. Then when you compile, okay, so it create a .class file. Okay, then JVM convert this bytecode that present in a .class file into the machine code. So you have to take that machine code in any operating system, it will run. So that .class file is called as the platform independent. आमे जो प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंट कांसेप्ट जदि कहूचे से डॉट क्लास फाइल को नेकी आमे करता आमे जो exe फाइल जो सॉफ्टवेयर टा बनौचे से exe फाइल टा होची कोन हमर डॉट क्लास फाइल सेटा होचे बुझियला से फाइल टा को नेकी आमे डिफरेंट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में आमे रन कर परिया तो JVM needs to be implement So JVM needs to be implemented for each platform running on the different operating system. The Java program are saved with the extension of .java file. Then it is converted to the .class file. So JVM convert the bytecode contained in the .class file to the machine code. So JVM needs to be implemented for each platform running on a different operating system. So that is your first architecture. So it is a way for Java is running. First of all, we store the file with the extension of .java. Okay, so हमें .java file को save करिवा. So we are using a Java compiler. So Java compiler is converting to the source code into the machine code. Okay, machine code is called as the bytecode. So Java program is compiled to the bytecode to the machine code by using of Java interpreter. Okay, interpreter that the compiler will use. The JVM form the base for all Java platform and it is convenient to use various hardware based platform. The major component of JVM are first is class loader, execution engine and JIT compiler. So let's see here. Screen is visible. Whiteboard is visible. So let's check here. First, when in a C program, we have to write stdio.h. So we have mentioned stdio.h. Okay. So when we have mentioned stdio.h, so now check your printf and scanf is loaded. When you write, okay, printf stdio.h, then printf and scanf is loaded. Okay, but my work is what? For display text, not for accepting the input from user. I have to only display text, not accepting the input from user. So as I have written stdio.h, then your two things, printf and scanf is loaded. Okay, so here there is no requirement of anything. So when you write a program for display text, okay, in Java or in C, in C++, if your program file is 5 KB, so after compilation it is 10 KB in other programming language. But in the Java, it is not 10 KB. It is reduced. It is reduced to like 7 KB because Java is only loading the particular class which is required at runtime. Java is not loaded the unnecessary classes. Java knowing that which class is required for the compilation. Okay, so when you write the program by using of Java, then it takes the lesser space than the other programming language. Java is loading only the particular class which is required at runtime. It is not loading the unnecessary class. Is it clear? So that now comes to the JVM. JVM is called, or JVM forms the base for all platform. Like JVM is called as the engine of your Java programming language. So JVM forms the base for all Java platforms. If you want to run any application, okay, in Java, so JVM is required. तुम गोटे एप्लिकेशन बनैलो जावा रो ताको रन करिवो डिफरेंट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम रे but you have to ensure that your Java, JVM should be there. Okay, the JVM form the base for all Java platform and it is convenient to use various hardware based platforms. The major component of JVM are one is class loader, execution engine and JIT compiler. Class loader, execution engine and JIT compiler. So if you notice here, again, so we have to store the Java file with the extension of .java. The Java file is compiled, it created .class file. .class file, then it is called as the machine code, which the machine can understand. So we store the file with the extension of .java. We store the file with the extension of .java. So by using of Java compiler, okay, so when you compile, so here by using compiler. Here we use the compiler. Then from compiler to machine code, here we are using JIT compiler, just-in-time compiler. What is the work of just-in-time compiler? It is converting to byte code to the machine code. Okay, so here what happened? You take this class file to any operating system then it convert to that particular machine code. So you take the class file and you have like Unix, then Unix machine code is present. So JIT compiler converting that way. If you have Windows operating system, so there is a JIT compiler is present for Windows. So it is converted to that code. Means PM Modi is going to the United Nations and speak in Hindi, and there is a translator is present. It is translating to that corresponding language. Okay, so base language टा कौन आसिबो English रे आसिबो से English रो जे Russian अछि तक Russian ने कहबो जे Italian अछि Italian को convert करियो. So that is the work of this JIT compiler. It is converted. Hindi is converted to the English. Now there is a JIT compiler is present based upon your region or based upon your country. It is converted to the particular code. Is it clear? So that is the work of your what? JIT compiler. बुझियो जी जयश्री महामाया ऑनलाइन में क्या सब बुझिला लिप्सा शुभश्री
Yes, sir.
अच्छा एटा देखो ए फिगरटा देखाओ थरे बुझुची एठी हला हमर जावा फाइल हमें कोन करूचे ना हमें बाइट कोड रे कन्वर्ट करिवो जस्ट अगेन सी दैट so java file so by using of java compiler we convert into the byte code माने जावा फाइल टा बाइट कोड रे कन्वर्ट हला दैट मींस व्हाट हैपेंड एठी पीएम मोदी कोन कले हिंदी रे स्पीच देले से कन्वर्ट हला का दरे इंग्लिश रे बाय यूजिंग ऑफ कंपाइलर नाउ इंग्लिश रे कन्वर्ट हला रशियन लोक कहला जे मते इंग्लिश दरकार नै मते रशियन दरकार जे व्हाट पाकिस्तान हो से कहबे हमको उर्दू दरकार नाउ ये बाइट कोड कोन करिवो ये जो बाइट कोड रे जो वैल्यू थिवो जावा इंटरप्रेटर कोन करिवो ना जहार जो लैंग्वेज ताको कन्वर्ट करिवो एक ऐसो करिवो तारी भीतर ही इंटरप्रेटर इट इज अ कंपोनेंट मीन इन द JIT interpreter is present okay and it all the thing is happened by using of java compiler बुझियला
yes sir yes
so next java application programming interface or we call as java API. Java API is a collection of software that provide the capabilities such as GUI application. The related class and interface of the Java API grouped into the packages. Package means it is a module. Okay, like we're taking what a kit. Okay, like a screwdriver kit. So there is a different type of screws are present. And a different screw खोलिया पे the different knot bolts of roiser. So that is called as what your what package. Package means module. All the things are present. So depending your requirement, you have to use. Okay. So Java application programming interface it contains that kind of package. Okay. The related class and interface of the Java API grouped into the packages. Okay. तो मते जो tools दरकार मुझे tools था मगे. Okay. जंतु की थीबा कौन ना हमें जीवा जो तारा रेस्टोरेंट जीवा तार खाइबाटा सब डिवाइड हेतिबो डेजर्ट स्टार्टर ओके देन बिरयानी ये सब डिफरेंट कैटेगरी थिबो तो मते जो कैटेगरीटा दरकार म से कैटेगरी को जेंगी चूज करी so that means it is a module or it is bundle so which is required for you have to choose that particular part okay then Java architecture consists of the following security features that make the Java secure programming language. Okay, the Java security architecture. It contains the compiler level security, bytecode verifier, class loader, and sandbox model. Compiler level security is what? Java prevent the error that arise due to the improper memory uses. So let me discuss about what is compiler level security. Compiler level security. Suppose somehow you know some programming language. You know some programming language like C and C++. Now, if I want to divide a number, I define int a and int b. Two integer value I have defined, int a and b and c. Now, I store in a is equals to 10, b is equals to 2. So c is equals to 10 by 2. What is the result? Is right? Now I just replace 3. 10 by 3. Now tell me what is the result here? 10 by 3, what is the result? Is 3. But when you divide in the calculator, what is the result? 3.33. But actually, it in a programmatically it is giving you 3. But your actual value is what? 3.33. Means what happened? When you are using integer, your this value is lost. You know somehow cutoff. You are selected in the plus 2 in the cutoff mark. Yes or no? The point value is also playing a very important role. Yes or no? Now what happened? I define here 0.33, but that value is lost. Okay, so in that situation, all peoples are selected on the 90.25 is equal, 90.80 is also equals to the 90. Okay, so in that scenario, what you have to do? So Java is saying that if you have the such kind of data, so your data is not lost. You have to convert this data at runtime. One data is converted to the another data at runtime by that is called the compiler level security. The compiler ensures that there is no data loss. So at runtime, you convert one data to the another data. Is it clear? बुझेला? रचना बुझियो जी?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next comes to the bytecode verifier. Bytecode verifier ensures that the bytecode doesn't violate access restrictions such as read and write operation, and verify that bytecode doesn't force pointers. Okay, so when you compile your application, your program is converted to the bytecode. Okay, now if anybody wants to tamper your program, se kaibo se rago rakhila kala mo modification kar debi or unexpected result ase. So if you do any kind of changes in the bytecode, it doesn't impact your output. Okay, so it is what? It is a read only mode. Okay, it verifies that the bytecode doesn't force pointer or bytecode doesn't violate access restriction such as read and write operation. Cannot read, it cannot write. When you open to read, then it is a symbolical format. Anybody cannot understand. Nobody can understand what is written over there. Okay, so bytecode is not what a readable format. It is a symbolical format. It is very difficult to understand. And if you do any kind of modification over there, then it is not hampering your output. Clear? The bytecode is verified into the two phase. The first phase, the verifier checks the structure of dot class file. So according to the JVM specification, your program is correctly written or not, it is checked in the first phase. So first phase ensure that your program is correctly written or not. The second level phase occurs when the bytecode is run. The bytecode verifier checks the validity of the class, variable, and method used in a program. Where you have to use. Okay, the second level phase occurs when the bytecode is run. The bytecode verifier checks the validity of the classes, where you have to use the class, the method used in a program. Okay. So next is, understood this one, bytecode? In first level it check according to the JVM specification. Means JVM is giving some kind of rule to write the program. Every language is having some kind of syntax. So it check that according to the specification your program is written correctly or not. The second level phase occurs when the bytecode is run. The bytecode verifier checks the validity of class, method used in a program. Means where you have to use your program and where you have to access. So that is the check by in the second level phase. Okay. Class loader, just I have discussed, when you write the program in C, so it check, like if you want to display anything, you have to write a stdio.h. The stdio.h लिखले automatic printf और scanf मोर load है. तो मते केवल display करिवार अछि, मते accept करिवार नहीं. So as I written stdio.h, then automatically your printf and scanf is loaded. Then there is no requirement of the scanf. So which is taking the extra space or extra header to my program. So that here class loader is present, so Java ensure that it is only loading the particular class which is required at runtime. Okay. Sandbox model is implemented in the Java applet container such as web browser. Sandbox model determine the limitation of the Java applet, that they can only access the resource of the host computer, cannot access the file on the local computer. Earlier what happened, when we are communicating with the application, suppose we have a server and we have a client. Here one client, here another client. So two clients I am having here. Now what I have to do, one client can access the information from another client. One client access the information from the server. This client is access the information from the server. But if one client wants to pass or access the information from the another client, it is not possible. So that the sandbox model has come to the point. Okay, sandbox model is giving a security that it created two paths. In one path, in one sandbox model, you access the information from the server. In another sandbox model, you have to access from the client. The two sandbox model is present. Client to client and client to server. Okay, so when you're working in an organization, your network is divided. Suppose you have the 32 and 82 port. So you can divide the port into the two part or three part. Okay, I mean, जो IP address को different way में divide करते हैं. काको बैक ऑफिस कर परिबा काको फ्रंट ऑफिस कर परिबा काको स्टूडेंट नोट कर परिबा and that IP address is different but starting point is one but distribution is different. The back office cannot access the front office data, front office cannot access the back office data, so that kind of restriction is previously there. But if you want to access, there is a common point of view is there, that is not the server. So there is a two sandbox model is there. One, that you have to access one client to the another is you have to access the information from one server to the another server. Okay, the sandbox model is removing the limitation. Okay, now I move to the yes. All the class loader is create their own runtime environment. Like I just moved to the C programming that you have the knowledge of the C programming. In C programming, every time you have to use math.h. When the math.h is required, if you want to work with the trigonometrical function, if you want to work with the mathematical function, so this is a what? This is a module. I want a mathematical function. So C programming is saying that you have to take my module. So this is the when you include it, it creates its own runtime environment. Means you have to access it. Okay. मैंने मतलब mathematical function use करे अकेले math.h use करे. Java भी सेमती कौन सी Java कौन सी? जे मोर भी runtime environment ଅଛି. तो मते SQL रे काम करिवार अछि. तो import SQL नले हमको जदि केवल फाइल सहित काम करिवार अछि. Import file input stream. The file रो input number अछि. File input stream class हमें use करेगा. I have to only import that package. Import java.file.input stream. That I am giving an example. But if you write file, that means all the classes and functions that is present in the file, all those things is loaded. Java is not saying that. Math.h means all the mathematical function is loaded. But I want only trigonometrical function. I don't want like logarithm or all this part. But when I write math.h, that means all the mathematical function is loaded in my program. Okay, so that for giving that restriction, okay, Java is saying that so I have that kind of functionality, but in between also you have to load the particular classes. Okay. Next is garbage collection. Garbage collection is the process that is used to free the memory of the object that is not required anymore. Okay, so garbage collection is a process that is used to free the memory of the object that is not required anymore. When the object stop referencing, it is not required anymore, that can be deleted. That means when you like prepare any food, okay, घरे जते बड़े डालमा बना जाए परिवा चोपा रहते हैं, that you have to throw it out. And some kind of unnecessary wrappers you have in your home, you have to throw it because it is not required for us. Okay. The space that is used by the object is released for use by the another object. Garbage collection feature implies that the new objects are created and all on-reference objects are deallocated from the memory. The new objects are created and all on-reference objects are deallocated from the memory. The space is used by the object is released by use of another object. মানে তুমি এটি ক্লাস করো, you have to take and occupy the seat, your class is over, then you have to just leave that place so that other student is having a chance to sit over there and taking the class. The memory? Yeah, miss, see that. Suppose I have fixed your class timing 10 to 12. Your class is over. Then there is no requirement now. So I have giving a chance to the other person to sit over there. Garbage collection is saying that. So you have a computer memory for storing that value. You have to store over there. And suppose you have to add the numbers. For adding the number, we have to declare the 3 variables. So you add the number and got the result. So your work is over. Then you are giving a chance to add another number. Is it clear? So garbage collection is a process that is used to free the memory of the object that are no longer in use. When the program stop referencing an object, it is not required anymore, that can be deleted. The space that is used by the object is released for use by the another object. Garbage collection implies that the new objects are created and all honor reference object deallocate from the memory. মানে যেটা দরকার নেই আমরা দেখো ফোপাট দাও. Okay, so that is a garbage collection, and this garbage collection is implemented by using a reference counting collector, tracing collector, and compacting collector. So in the 3 approach that we are using, a reference counting collector, tracing collector, and compacting collector. It is the 3 approaches that we are using. Okay, so this thing I start after 5 minutes. Okay, in the same link. Okay, you have to join.